Good morning, everyone. I'm Dewey, and my Tech Talk topic for today is, do sleep trackers really work? My topic is the title of an article I read this past week in hopkinsmedicine.org, the website of Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. For what it's worth, my wife Joanne wears a 3-year-old Fitbit Alta HR, an activity tracker that also tracks her sleep. Millions of wrists now sport devices that monitor everything from heart rate by tracking pulse to blood oxygen saturation with an onboard pulse oximeter. And the newest trackers are able to do a relatively respectable ECG, electrocardiogram. Sleep tracker features vary, but common capabilities include sleep duration. By tracking the time you're active, sleep trackers record when you fall asleep and wake up. Sleep quality. Trackers can detect activity in your sleep, like when you're tossing and turning or waking up. Environmental factors. Some devices record environmental factors like the amount of light or the temperature in your bedroom. There's lifestyle factors. Some trackers prompt you to enter information about activities that can affect your sleep, such as how much caffeine you've had, when you've eaten, and other pre-sleep activities. So what does a typical sleep cycle look like? Well, stage 1 lasts only a few minutes and the sleep is shallow. Stage 2, brain waves begin to slow. Stages 3 and 4, you move into a deeper sleep that's harder to wake from. It's the time when your body repairs itself and boosts your immune system. Rapid eye movement is another one. That's, you know about REM. It's during this final stage in the sleep cycle, your brain becomes more active and dreams occur. Your brain is processing information and storing long-term memories. This cycle repeats every 90 to 110 minutes. And as sleep progresses, REM cycles increase in length. I never knew this until I read it in this Johns Hopkins article. One thing sleep trackers don't do is measure sleep directly, according to Dr. Alan Schwartz, director of a sleep disorders center at Johns Hopkins. Instead, they typically measure inactivity to guesstimate how much you're actually sleeping. But for exact data, a medical sleep study is necessary. Sleep studies monitor your brain waves to accurately analyze your sleep cycle. This process, which is called polysomnography, is the most reliable method for diagnosing conditions like sleep apnea and other sleep disorders. Still, tracking devices can definitely be useful for helping people recognize patterns in their sleep habits, especially when they aren't sleeping well. For example, do you feel sluggish when you sleep from 10 to 6, but a little more energetic when you change your schedule to an 11 to 7 sleep? Do you sleep better when your bedroom is cooler on days when you exercise? Is your sleep disrupted if you have caffeine after the mid-afternoon? Sleep trackers can give you user-friendly information or reports that make it easy to spot trends. Until about 2 years ago, I left out the word years. Until about 2 years ago, sleep trackers relied permanently on pulse, heart rate readings for their sleep data. The oximeter breakthrough gave trackers the added function to measure blood oxygen saturation. You've likely experienced an oximeter test in your doctor's office. It's when a small clip is placed on your finger, and it's often while your blood pressure is being taken. Sleep tracker oximeters use red and infrared light sensors to detect oxygen levels, sensing changes in the levels by looking at the color of blood. Lower right is a tracker's app readout. By the way, a little side note here. Remember that word infrared, because I'm planning to do a tech talk on infrared barbecue grill technology next Monday. I know that Dr. Ron Brown will really enjoy that. A blood oxygen level greater than 95% is normal and good. Below 92%, there's need to find out why, especially if it occurs during sleep indicating that the cause may be obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, and thus the need to visit a sleep specialist. In 2013, my wife Joanne told my cardiologist that she strongly believed I have obstructive sleep apnea, OSA. Though I angrily denied it, I was angry with her, but I agreed to see a sleep specialist. I was quickly diagnosed with OSA, and since then, I faithfully used the CPAP machine nightly, and I have to say my heart health has hugely improved in these 8 years. Most doctors agree that the relationship between low blood oxygen levels and OSA, obstructive sleep apnea, alone is a good reason to wear a sleep tracker with an oximeter function. OSA is a disorder which, left untreated or undetected, could lead to increased high blood pressure, obesity, weakening of heart function, a heart attack, and even a stroke. I guess I'll never know if my May 3rd stroke may have been caused by an apnea event, which is a pause in breathing while sleeping, lasting 10 or more seconds. That's the definition of an apnea. Estimates vary on the percentage of seniors over age 65 who have OSA, though some estimates run as high as 70% for men. A significantly lesser percentage of women have OSA. Knowing blood oxygen saturation levels can also be valuable information for people suffering from conditions that include asthma, pneumonia, heart failure, and lung cancer. I'll now show you 2 of the top models of sleep trackers that include a blood oximeter function working in concert with a smartphone app. Apple's Watch Series 6 and Series 6 only trackers start at $399, and they seem to be setting the standard for other trackers. At minimum, they have sensors for heart rate, a blood oxygen saturation oximeter, and ECG, electrocardiogram function. The Apple Watch blood oxygen sensor is made up of 4 LED clusters and 4 photodiodes on the bottom of the watch, and it works intermittently during the day when light conditions allow. It does work much better at night, and a special Apple Health app records its many frequent readings. In fact, all Apple's Series 6 watch tracker functions work with individual function apps that are a part of Apple's Health app, a huge app. Each app needs to first be properly set up to perform as seen here. The blood oximeter app is shown at the right. Isn't that kind of neat? Shows results of blood oxygen at 98%. The ECG function on Apple's Series 6 watches was a momentous achievement for a wearable device. It has provided incentive for other tracker brands like Fitbit, Garmin, Samsung, Huawei, Withings, and so forth to compete even more seriously with their ECG apps. Nevertheless, and here's the disclaimer, Dr. Ron Brown, nevertheless, we need to remember that these now very smart wearables are designed for consumers and are not FDA-approved medical devices. If you own an Android phone, your best choice for a full-featured alternative to Apple's Series 6 watch is, in my opinion, the Fitbit Sense at $298. That's almost it's over $100 cheaper. For extraordinary sleep tracking and the best battery life, the Fitbit Sense is a great choice. The Sense has a slew of sensors, which include heart rate, blood oxygen, FDA-cleared ECG, that's what it said, stress and temperature sensors. It has fitness at its core and strives to be your daily wellness coach through its premium app, which isn't free, by the way. This is the Fitbit Sense. Looks like this. You'll recall, and it has many, many, many different faces. You'll recall that my Tech Talk topic for today asks the question, do sleep trackers really work? I think it's safe to say that the answer is a resounding yes. In fact, when I finished this Tech Talk Sunday afternoon, I was so fired up, I ordered a Fitbit Sense. It'll arrive tomorrow, and I'm really pumped, though I've got to talk Joanne into it a little bit. Well, that's my Tech Talk story for today, and I'm certainly sticking with it, and I'm buying a hook, line, and sinker for that matter. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and the good Lord willing, we'll see you next week.